The 2024 Infiniti QX80. At least that's what I initially thought when I saw this vehicle. But in reality, the SUV that you are seeing on the screen is just a concept car. And that really disappointed me because when I saw this SUV, I was like, wow, Infiniti finally has a real winner here. This is truly excellent design. An SUV like this can properly give a new Escalade or a new Range Rover a run for its money. I love the blacked out door sills with the floating roof design, the minimalistic headlights, taillights, the rims are on fire, that special rose type exterior color. All of this is looking fantastic. And they have the dancing LED lights in the front and the rear. I mean, to be honest, this is looking like a near production ready vehicle. This could be one of those concept cars similar to the Lexus LC500, where the concept ends up looking very similar to the actual production car. I'm assuming the rims won't be quite this nice looking, and they might tone it down with the lights because they have these separated sort of LED lights going around. It's dancing about like the Audi products. So they might tone it down with the lights, but the rest of it looks pretty production ready. We don't know what the interior looks like. We don't know pricing or anything like that because this is just a concept. But I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below regarding the looks of this car. Some of you might hate it simply because it's an Infiniti product. There is a lot of hatred for this brand. There's really no reason to hate them. I don't know, it's just a weird brand. I personally like and appreciate the Nissan vehicles a lot more. I mean, every vehicle in the Nissan lineup currently is fire. From the Versa all the way up to the Maxima, their SUVs, the Rogue, the Pathfinder, their truck products, all of it, fire. In each respective category, I would personally even pull the trigger on one of those Nissan products. If I was shopping for an economy car today, it would most likely be an SL trim level Ultima. Fantastic car. They drive amazing too. But a lot of stigma, a lot of hatred for this brand. Infiniti, their current lineup, they look good. They have good design. From the Q50, Q60 is amazing to look at, especially as a red sport model. Even Infiniti's current SUVs, right? They all look great. I suppose a lot of the flack comes from especially their new SUVs, right? They went to that turbo 4-cylinder like everyone else, but they shoved that CVT in there. Everyone hates the Nissan CVTs from the early 2000s, and they think that today's Nissan Infiniti CVTs are the same or are still trash. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I drove a Nissan Maxima. The CVT in that performs better than literally any automatic in its class, and even above its class. Honestly, luxury cars can be using CVTs, but the reason why they never do it, the reason why they all default to a ZF 8-speed is because it markets better. You can't market a BMW with a CVT transmission. So even though me and some other journalists and other people who have test driven these products might agree and might like the CVT used in these products, the average consumer has no idea about any of these things. So they hear those three letters and they automatically disregard this brand. However, I always mention this, nobody gives that same scrutiny to Honda. Honda's transmissions, both their automatics with their V6 models and even their manuals would crap out on owners in the early 2000s, yet nobody complains about that. There was always this double standard and this hypocrisy when it came to Honda versus Nissan. Like only Nissan got the flack, but not Honda. I feel like Honda used some type of high-level witchcraft on the masses to make them forget about the early 2000s Honda transmission issues because people worship that brand but hate Nissan and Infiniti. I admit, in the current environment, the Infiniti products don't seem that exciting, and the lack of good lease deals aren't helping because when you can lease a BMW or an Audi for the same price as a new Infiniti, why would anyone go with the Infiniti product, right? I get that. So I suppose what this brand needs to do to eliminate the hatred is to follow in Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis's footsteps. Those three Korean car companies, they just went all out and just started cranking out great looking vehicles that drive well, amazing interior, amazing features, undercutting the competition. For Infiniti, they should really look to what Genesis did. I mean, Genesis essentially poached the Bentley designers. Nothing wrong with that. All their cars look amazing now. I think this brand can really benefit from a proper interior redesign. I think a lot of people will like to see that because I think that's what really catapulted the Genesis vehicles. Their interior matches the exterior looks. Not only that, the solidity of those Genesis interiors are second to none. It's really top tier what they're doing with those cars. So a QX80 that looks like this would be a step in the right direction for this brand. I'm assuming regarding the drivetrain, they're going to ditch the 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8. It's probably going to use some sort of turbocharging. They'll probably have to introduce some hybridization, a plug-in, something of that nature. But I have to say that early 2000s Infiniti products, the G35, G37, M45, the FX, all of those cars, that was a special time for this brand. Those are the Infinitis that I like. Yeah, proper redesigning of all their models will catapult them in the right direction. I feel like studying Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis can go a long way. That was another trio of vehicles that everyone despised, mocked, and scoffed, but now look at them. People love those three brands. Even though they're still catching on fire, people don't seem to care. They're paying 75 grand for a Telluride, a Palisade. They love the brand. It helps that their vehicles drive great and have nice interiors, but they're still having issues, but people don't seem to care. They're just buying up those three vehicles. So I think there is hope for the Infiniti brand. It's definitely a lot more established than those three Korean automakers. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think Infiniti should do to revamp their brand? What would you like to see? What would make you want to go out and purchase a new Infiniti product? Would new and better lease deals help out? Would a exterior or an interior redesign help? More electrification perhaps? I would like to hear your thoughts, but thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.